Hey, it's been a while since we've done this, haven't it? But we're here, doing the GameBang, bangity bang. So, thanks everybody for coming back. We're talking about games and shit.
That is correct. That is what we're doing.
Oh, are you doing the 30 Rock, or no, the Parks and Rec voice?
Welcome to Jazz Hour.
There we go. Gosh, it's been a while, man.
A long time.
I don't even know what we've covered this year since
Nothing.
we've been on hiatus. So let's just do all of quarter 1 and pretty much quarter 2 because we're almost through the 5th month of this year. I mean, we're in the middle of it. So
yeah.
That's crazy. This year's just gone by.
Q3, yes.
We're approaching Q3, and I have a whole year's worth of video games that, like, if I publish my top 10 list right now, I'd be so fucking proud of my top 10 list. That's how many games I played so far. Like, top-notch, games or whatever. So can't wait to get into that. We're coming back kind of new, hot and fresh. I want to do segments, Jeff.
Yes.
I like segments.
We'll get there.
I'm a segments guy. I'm gonna have funny names for them. Me
too. I like it. I'm all about it. I like
Good.
it.
We're gonna do that. I like a little format. We're gonna try that out. We're gonna pretty much, just like I said, be talking about games we've played, which is a segment I like to call Loaded Up, because then I can say euphemisms like, I got a hot load here for you, Jeff. Or I got a... Here's a load up for you, or something like that. So, that's
we
just...
We should definitely have a segment, I hate to brainstorm while we're recording, but it's going to happen.
Yeah,
you're going to say yes to this segment. Playing while you poop. So we're going to talk about what we're playing while we're pooping.
I'm writing this down right now, and we're going to do this every week, and I swear to God, we're going to do this every week. Playing while you poop. Maybe like after
poop and play or something like that.
I don't want to add more editing for you, but every time every time we bring that segment in, if there's like a flush at the end of it, I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, but
I'm sure the internet is nothing but a plethora of poop sounds or toilet sounds. So I'll find something. Poop and play. That's what we're gonna call it. Poop and play.
Poop and play. Let me write that down.
So what are you playing while you're poop? Because it's not always the best game. You know what I mean? It's just the game that you're playing while
it's
you
just
poop.
a game. Sometimes it's a Facebook game. Sometimes
exactly. It's some bullshit game. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Mafia Wars 3, whatever.
Exactly. GTA Chinatown, nobody plays China Wars or whatever. Nobody plays that.
All right, well, yeah, let's load it up, Jeff. So I'll start first. I did play, beat, complete, and was completely terrified by Resident Evil 7.
Oh, nice.
How far into that did you play? How much of that did you get into?
I'm gonna be honest with everybody right now. Full disclosure for the rest of the episode. Jeffy Boy here. That's my new nickname. I just bequeathed upon myself.
We've coined that. Yeah.
Just now, literally went to the patent office right before we recorded, and I said, Jeffy Boy, that's me. So any game that's like requires more than 2 to 3 hours of my attention span, so non-Telltale, non-indie walking simulator, I didn't really get that far in.
Okay.
Resident Evil 7, I played... I played a little bit of it. I played enough of it to get a sense of what was going on. I'm still scared to go back to it. Like, that's how terrifying it is.
It's a spooky game. So you've played enough of it to like get the atmosphere and the tone.
Oh yes, completely, and to recognize maybe
get
crazy.
A couple good scares. Did you have any screamers? Did you have any scream out louders?
I've never been a person that does that. I jump physically. Like when I get scared, it's physical.
I'm a whoer or an oh fucker. Like, oh fucker,
an oh fucker.
It's that's kind of how I handle my stuff. And there was a lot of ohs and oh fucks during this game for me. So much so I had I had my roommates come down and check on me and like, what are you doing? I'm like, dude, I'm getting my fucking ass kicked in this game. And crying a little bit because it's scary. Super scary. I don't know how people play this in VR. Too immersive.
Oh, no, that's too much.
That'd
Especially
be too
the sound
much.
design. I mean, that's already creepy from just my TV.
Yeah, no shit. It's very creepy. And I was playing down on like a 7.1, and I couldn't play it off a 7.1 system. Playing on a 4K TV was really awesome. Really cool experience. Everything made noise, so I was always like, what was that? Hey, no.
Even though it's like your footstep, and you're like, what
exactly. I'm stepping. Did you hear that? Yeah, it's you stepping. Hold on. So please play it in that experience if you can. I know that's not really a replicable experience if you don't already have a 7.1 surround, but man, wow, what an experience. Really good game. I enjoyed the story a lot. Not a lot of connecting it to Resident Evil until like the end. But the way that connects, I enjoyed. Some big, good like woo moments. So
yeah, so it carves itself out as like almost like a non-Resident Evil title.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's still in the universe.
Ooh, man, hard in the universe. Yeah, they start name dropping things real hard, and I'm like, whoa. This game, if it came out any other year, Game of the Year material type stuff for me. Right. Yeah. Too bad it came out this year. And I'll get to that later. I got so many games that are vying for Game of the Year right now in a world where one of them doesn't exist. But yeah, man, let's do a little back and forth here. What's something that you've been playing?
Something I've been playing. I think I'm just going to go in order so people don't get too lost here.
That's what I'm
something
doing.
that came out that year, or that month, I should say, top of the year, was Yakuza 0. Yakuza 0.
I played this too, so we can just talk this out right now, man.
Yeah. You obviously played it more than me. I mean, let's just assume that about every game that you're going to mention that's like an RPG of some kind.
Bring it up. We'll bring it up every time anyways.
And you're going to sense a theme with me, or a theme with gaming this year, that all these games are almost batshit crazy. Because Yakuza 0 is batshit crazy to me.
Yeah, it totally is. It's so fantasy.
I did not expect that aspect when you told me, not that I, like, because you were, at the same time, you were like, no, trust me, it's not exactly GTA. It's not exactly, but you are doing a lot of free roaming type stuff in an open city.
Sandbox.
Yeah, exactly. But the personality is not GTA.
Wow, yeah, it is so Japanese.
Exactly.
Like it's like watching an anime. It's just zany and colorful and oftentimes ridiculous.
It's a straight up soap opera to me. Like, it
really is. It's a straight up soap opera, and there'll be moments where it's like very serious. It's played very serious, you know,
right.
And you're like, oh wow, these characters like really hate each other. This is really happening. And then the very next thing, you're chasing down a guy like in a gimp outfit, as he's like leading you through to different like hostess clubs, you know. And I'm like, wow, that doesn't fit with the whatever we just. But it never feels like jarring. Where I'm like, wow, I hate this. I feel like my emotions are being thrown all over the place. Like it just feels kind of natural for that game. I don't know.
The game doesn't feel. It's not. It's a very arcade-ish type of game in terms of play style and stuff. So anything that happens in it kind of feels like it's meant to be in an arcade game, and it doesn't feel. It doesn't feel like it's indecisive on its own identity. It's always. I don't know. It just it works for me. It doesn't. It might not work for everybody. I can, as I'm playing it, I'm like, yeah, this isn't gonna work for everybody. Like, I couldn't pitch this to my brother, probably.
Oh yeah, I'm very selective of who I pitch games like this to as well. But man,
I thought it was really cool though. I'm glad you sold me on it.
The brawler's cool. You know, I like old school brawlers like that.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's like you're beating the shit out of people with like motorcycles and lampposts and swords and like it's just nuts. You know, the whole thing is nuts.
Yeah, absolutely. What else have you played? Because you probably at least, I don't know if you have double the games I have, but at least 5 or 6 more than I have. For sure.
Yeah, probably. Let's see here. I played a little bit of Nioh.
Nioh, right? The game that it's.
I really like it, but I was quickly wrapped up in other games like Yakuza and stuff like that, just because it was just. It's easy to get through Yakuza. You're not really losing a lot of fights in that, and you always feel like you're progressing. Nioh, I feel like I have to put like 10 hours in to like make 200 steps of progression. You know, I'm like, I think I made it to the next shrine or whatever. So I just suck at those games. No matter how much I like them, I'm just not good at them.
You're more of a masochistic gamer than I am, because
I am, and I would never consider myself that until like I start explaining this. I'm like, yeah, I guess I am.
Because I'm just gonna tell everybody right now, I'm not gonna pick that game up. I'm not a Dark Souls guy. I just can't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just suck so bad at those games that there's no enjoyment for me. So life's too short. I'm gonna move on to something where I feel unreasonably
play stuff you like. Yeah. I'll loop back around to that game and play it during the drought here coming up in the summer.
Inevitable drought, yeah.
Inevitable drought, yeah. So that's all for Nioh for me. Beautiful game. I really like the samurai art style or whatever. So that's obviously.
Yeah, I did appreciate the gothic approach to. I mean, it's got that obviously that Dark Souls / what's the other game? I'm sorry.
Bloodborne.
Thank you, Bloodborne. It's got that kind of art style, but obviously there's that, I don't know, that tinge to it.
That Eastern kind of flavor, to it.
That flavor. It's got that samurai, weird gothic samurai flavor. I like that. That's cool. Mm-hmm. I always respect the art styles of these games that are too hard for me to play.
Yeah. Yeah, right. You're like, man, I wish I could experience those games. Oh well. Because I don't even get to see the final areas of most of these games. Man, you didn't make it to the final area of that game? No, best area. Okay.
No wonder you felt so accomplished when you beat Bloodborne.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like it was my first and only Souls game to ever beat. I usually get pretty far into them, but like I lose my interest at some point where I'm just like, I'm just at a wall, guys. I could just I need to go play something. I need to go play something easy.
Yeah,
give me a Telltale game.
Time for Mario Kart.
So it cannot load for me 2 weeks in a row. We'll get to that. No, we'll get to that.
So their faces cannot load in the game. That would be perfect. That'd be great.
That'd be perfect. Can I see that again? Because I get that every time now. So thanks.
Every time. Wow, that's
so if it doesn't load immediately, I get no character animations or no faces.
Wow, what the shit, man. I mean, we should have actually talked about Walking Dead first. I don't even know if we...
Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about Walking Dead. We can talk about it as a whole, too, like the last few episodes that we played, too.
Yeah, because I don't know if end of the year, if we either... I feel like we mentioned it, but never talked about how we felt when we played it.
Yeah, I like those first 2 episodes. You know why?
Yeah, I did too.
They functioned.
They functioned, yeah. They put a lot of
that, they were written really well, and there were a lot of consequences and a lot of, it felt good. It was a good build up, and the next 2 episodes had good payoffs too. I just the frustrations on my end are just my issues, obviously with the obviously broken game for a lot of people, because Michael Huber over at Easy Allies, he was saying had the exact same experience for both episodes.
Man.
And I was like, this is not coincidence, man. Yeah. This is a wide-reaching problem, especially if it's at the front top of a Reddit fix page or whatever,
Yeah, that's a big problem, yeah.
Yeah,
it's like a sticky thread.
Thank you. I don't know the lingo. I don't get into Reddit too much. It's sticky. Yeah, it's at the top of the sticky thread exactly. So it's just. But anyways, we can shit on Telltale all they need to, but I think the internet does it enough for everybody. So
yeah, they do it, and then they take time to like shit on things I don't agree with. I don't feel like taking my pants down for, like to go along with the metaphor, like their storytelling and their characters. Like I still feel like they're top notch at that. They're probably some of the best in the industry.
When I finally get in there, I'm still transfixed by everything I'm doing and seeing. I just love interactive stories, and that's fun for me. I'll always play these Telltale games. I don't care how many times I get burned. Unfortunately, right. I don't have the spine to quit. So
yeah, and these are the games that I talked about. These are like 2 hours. These are 2-hour commits, like once a month, maybe less than that. maybe once every 3 months. So I mean, as soon as it comes out, I'm playing it like that day, and then I'm done. I'm moved on to the next thing in my life.
I'm just waiting for you for your metamorphosis into full indie-only gamers, so we have this good dynamic of, like, I only like AAA games, which will never be the case because I like indie games, and you only like indie games. We're just at odds. But the production value, and you're like, but the art design!
I do... It's weird. Like, I tend to play indie games more, I don't know, it might be either time consumption or wallet consumption situation, because obviously those games are going to end up being, by default, cheaper. To both my income and my time. So,
absolutely, yeah.
So I mean, I end up playing those more.
They're easily digestible.
Yeah, they absolutely are, and you can get a lot out of them. Like we did last year with Inside. Like it was $20 for Inside, and that game just blew our fucking minds, man.
I think we'll talk about another game later that we both really like story-wise. It's very cheap. Yeah, very, very, very cheap, and you should be going to buy it now. But
absolutely.
We'll get there, but yeah, what's are you liking the trajectory of Walking Dead now that we're 3 episodes in? We're about to witness the finale, right?
Are we one away from the finale by this point?
Yeah, right. I think the next episode's the finale. So
every episode felt like shit's going down. Like every episode felt that way.
Feels so busy every episode.
So kudos to them for keeping it. Like at first, I was like, "Oh, a new character. I want to follow Clem more." I was a little hesitant, even though I was still excited, because Walking Dead is probably my favorite thing they've done, at least writing wise, in terms of character. So like when they introduced Javi in general in the trailers, I was just kind of like, okay, whatever. But the way that they're telling the story is so inventive, and they didn't write Javi to be super annoying. They might have, for me, written other characters to be annoying, but I've made up my mind.
Yeah,
I mean, who I don't like, who to play to. You know what I mean?
Gabe. Yeah. fucking Gabe. Jesus.
Oh my god.
It's really good because I know you won't really understand this metaphor, but for all the Metal Gear Solid fans out there, this game Metal Gear Solid 2's everybody. Like you're so used to playing Solid Snake, the main character, the badass, which is in this metaphor Clem. Yeah, you play as someone completely different. They switcheroo you, and none of the marketing led on to it because for the first hour of the game, you're playing a Solid Snake, and you can make that part lasts longer than that, but like it generally lasts like an hour or two. And then like you switch characters and you never go back to playing Solid Snake for the rest of the game in lieu of experiencing who Solid Snake is, so you can see what it's like to see Solid Snake from somebody else's perspective. And it was so fucking brilliant. And that's kind of what I feel about this, you know. I'm kind of looking at Clem. Clem is cooler than ever.
Oh yeah,
and I'm not even controlling her. She's the coolest she's ever been out of my control. You know, like that's
yeah, that's so true.
It's so interesting to me, and
because
I
of
think
the way we controlled her before in the last 2 seasons. I think,
yeah, right.
Or the last season.
Absolutely, and it doesn't feel like it's not my Clem. You know what I mean? Like it feels like this is somebody else viewing Clem through that, and you still get to play as Clem a little bit or whatever. And
flashbacks. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. But like, I just really like that. I love seeing hero characters from the perspective of new or introduced characters, you know, and like just seeing like how the world sees that character instead of you seeing the world as that character. It's just a cool. It's a perspective switch, yeah.
And with Javi too, I didn't feel as much like choices were ambiguous when they were presented to me. Mm-hmm. And then when I made the choice, it was like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have done that. So they did a really good job disguising
all the time
whether or not your choice was a good one. Like they did such a good job with that, because I threw me for a loop when I saw other people's reactions, and I was like, oh, should I not have done that? Oh fuck.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just really nice getting those like pep talks from Clem too. Like you're just like, man, a 12-year-old is telling me how I should run my life in the apocalypse, but I appreciate it because I have no idea what I'm doing.
And she's playing the game. I don't want to give spoilers, but she's playing the game because she's playing Gabe a little bit too. Like,
I like it.
Just to move things along in the apocalypse.
She knows what's up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's a smart cookie, that one. She's such a badass. I feel bad whenever I can't do literally verbatim what she says, and she gives me like a stink eye. But then I give her a talk that kind of comforts her, and I'm like, okay, we're on the same page again.
Yeah, right. I like that we can always mend fences with Clem.
Right. I feel like did we get an episode in April? We did, right? It was mid-April, I think.
I think so.
End of April. It feels like, I don't know, why does it feel like so long ago that we didn't get an episode? I don't know why. I think I'm just being anxious.
Yeah.
It was April 25th. I'm being an over-eager son of a bitch.
Yeah, that was just like 2 weeks ago, man. We just played that.
We have another Telltale, and this might be the reason that their games are so glitchy, because I don't know, maybe they're juggling too much.
That's why Platinum Games, a lot of their games recently have been really bad, and it's just like, dude, you guys are stretching yourself way too thin. Right. I don't care how many teams you have over there, it's too thin.
Did they release a game this year?
Nier, which is great, and we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
Well, it's great on consoles. I know you've had some PC woes.
It's not that it's glitchy; it just doesn't look good.
It's just an ugly fucking game.
It just feels like I'm playing 2 generations behind. It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird because it's really pretty.
Weird automata.
Yeah, weird automata.
But going into, I don't have any other January ones. Do you have any other January ones?
Ew, no, mine stuff's February now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the only one I think I played in February, unless Nier was also February. I think it was March.
Yeah, it was March.
The only one I played in February was Horizon.
Me too. We can hash that one out then. I like this game, man.
Yeah.
I really wish this game would have came out any other time this year.
We're gonna wish all of these games came out in different years so they could all be number one.
I just came off of Yakuza 0, a huge open world game, you know, and then I knew something called Zelda was on the horizon. So I was in this like kind of funk while playing this game, like Jesus Christ, like open world overload, you know, just like I have explored too many other worlds, you know.
And I can't the point of Horizon, so like you haven't even gotten to Zelda, Mass Effect yet, and you're already like, dude.
Well, and this is bleeding over from last year too with Final Fantasy 15, and you know, it's just like it never ends. Like this has been the generation of open world games, and I'm not over it because that's kind of my favorite genre. And by the time we'll talk about Breath of the Wild, you'll notice that my tune really changes. And by the time we talk about like Red Dead later this year, you'll see that I'm not dreading that either. I'm so fucking ready for that game. You know? So there's a lot of things that like get passes, I guess. But for whatever reason, during this time, just knowing Zelda was on the horizon and just coming off of Yakuza, I was just like, oh, I just wish this game wasn't out right now. This game did facilitate me going out and buying a 4K TV and experiencing the game in 4K and everything, because it was like one of the first games that like was truly built for 4K, or however the checkerbox way that Sony runs it. I don't even want to get into that because I don't understand any of that.
I don't know what 4K looks like, but I can imagine it for that game being
it's the most It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, ever, in a video game. I'm not even kidding you. It's just like, it's absolutely stunning. And this game's wonderful. It's so good. And the story is so well written. And everyone talks about, like, man, I don't really like the facial animations and the performances. They're fine. They're both fine. I don't know if they're great, but they're fine, But the story is great, and especially as it kicks into the end of Act 2 and you're going into Act 3, and Act 3 is just so heavy into the story bits and reveals and stuff like that. It's just it's a special game, man. Again, the game of the year type material if it came out any other year, It
immediately struck me as that even in the limited time that I played it, like I got serious Uncharted vibes for it.
Yeah.
But on top of that Uncharted type of narrative, it had that completely unique world. Like, just painted all over it, and it was so gorgeous.
I wish I had, like, the side characters like Uncharted did. Like, you really just kind of go on to one character, and you've met a lot of people, but they're kind of just, okay, like, you exist in this world, but you don't, like, make an impact on me.
Yeah, they do feel expendable a little bit.
Which is fine. A couple of you go into a really big town, and the town I like the scale of that town. The town feels like you're actually walking to a giant city that, like, thousands of people live in. And few games ever capture that. Like, and Skyrim's a good example. It's like, Solitude's the biggest town in the world, and there's like 6 houses in that town, And you're like, what the fuck, Like, I think Witcher 3 does a good job of, like, capturing how big a town actually is to scale with the correct amount of housing and stuff like that. And while you don't get to explore all the parts of the town in this game, it feels like it, just from the backgrounds and, like, where everything is. Like, it just kind of, it feels like this is a breathing, living town, the big place that you end up in. I forget the name of it. But yeah, I really like this game, man. And I still have to wrap up the very last mission. I'm going to get that last story bit, and it's still going to rank real high for me.
I still have to do the last, like, 20 missions. It's no big deal.
No big deal.
I have to say that this one was, like, an immediate number 1 for me, and it was for a while until I finally, bit the bullet on a certain game. Anyway, I did have one more February game that I just recently played, but it was a February release.
Okay.
That way I don't confuse anybody. Night in the Woods.
Oh, I wanted to play this.
Yeah, it's an indie kind of cartoonish style game. It's got a very, like, very unique. I keep saying the word unique, but it is one of a kind, the graphic style play of it, and it's very indie, but it's 10 hours somehow. I don't know how they did it. And it feels open world as fuck.
That's kind of long.
Yeah, it is a little long. Like, it feels open world as fuck, even though it's just like a platformer basically, but with a lot of personality. It's got its own personality and things going on. Because you can you go through like a day or whatever, and you are just going around talking to people, but you can go anywhere you want to talk to people. Sure, there's a finite amount of space. It's not like Witcher 3 or whatever, but it's obviously that'd be ridiculous, but. You still, like, I don't know, you can go up to anybody and talk to them and choose your dialogue and whatever.
That's cool.
And there's a cool kind of little narrative. It's kind of a coming-of-age type of game where you're coming home from college after quitting college, and you still, haven't told your parents that exactly.
Ooh, that's relatable.
Yeah, totally relatable.
Not for me, but just a generation in our generation in general, I imagine, yeah.
And times have changed in the town, and things go... Oh, by the way, there's anthropomorphic characters. That's all this is. You
lost me. I'm out. Yeah. I don't like cute animals. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you play a kitty cat. Kitty cat. Who drops out of college, and things go haywire. Like, there's a disappearance of some people or whatever, and it's a mystery of sorts. But it's got a lot of personality to it. It's really cool. Might not even be top 10. I don't know. At this point, probably, because I don't play as many games. Like, there's probably at least 5 games that could be in your top 10 that I'm never going to play.
Right.
Either because I'm bad at them or they just don't appeal to me. So, it could be in my 10 as it stands right now. But as the year goes on, probably not. Let's be real.
Right. It'll get knocked off. We'll get some good games coming out later this year.
Solid game, though. Very memorable.
Solid.
Not Metal Gear, but, like, solid.
Yeah, right.
Just the solid part. Is March next? Is that?
I believe March comes after February. That's how it works. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought we switched. I thought Trump switched it to April. I have no idea. It's gonna be huge.
You never know. We're out of the first 100 days.
He fired March.
I got him out of here. He wasn't doing his job right. March was investigating me, so I got rid of him.
I wanted those April showers. That's all I wanted.
Jesus.
Also, April golden showers. That's what I understand.
April golden showers. I'm gonna talk about like the Switch all encompassing after I talk about my other March games first.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about Nier. Nier Automata.
Weird
Automata. This game is great, man. I really like this game quite a bit. I'm so bummed it looks like garbage on PC.
I am too.
Bums me the fuck out really bad because I know, like, you know what? Get your fix by playing the first Bayonetta that just came out on Steam. It's like $20.
Yeah, I do have that in my wish list, and it's gonna get played this year.
Get your fix that way because Bayonetta is still like I like that game a lot more just because it's got like a lot of personality. But from what I understand, and I'm not far in this game's got a good story. You're gonna get some feels out of this game. Your feel receptors are gonna get invaded.
Wow,
So I'm like, that's weird. That's neared. So I'm really excited to jump into this game. After the first stage, which is pretty much just the demo stage that you play, I was shocked to find out that this is like an open world game. Like shocked.
Yeah, that's where they plug you into right after that part, yeah.
Yeah, like maybe open hub area is more fair to say. Like a Borderlands type of game, you know,
right.
You're kind of navigating open hub areas, not a full-blown open world. But shocked me. I'm doing side missions. I thought this was going to be Bayonetta, where it's stage-based, I'm getting graded or whatever. It didn't bum me out at all. Overwhelmed me. What was I just talking about? Knew all these games were coming out. Knew all these open worlds were coming out. Was not ready for this in my life. Was just like winding down on Horizon, even though I haven't beaten it yet. I was kind of winding down on it, just because I kind of wanted to save, a little bit of open worldness for that Zelda. Was already playing Zelda by the time that Nier came out and was just like, oh, this is getting shelved. I cannot play this right now. But I got about 2 or 3 hours into it. I really enjoyed what I played. The combat's so smooth. It's so good.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's my favorite part of it, for sure.
Yeah. Color's a little drab. Color palette's a little drab. I don't, browns and grays.
I very much feel that on PC for sure, because that's what's highlighted. That's what makes it look bad. Is that like, I don't know, just the way the color grading occurred from the port on the PC to I don't know what happened there, but it looks worse.
It's just it's not my favorite color palette, in the world. You could have gone for, I know it's like supposed to be apocalyptic or whatever, but there's no way to inject some color into things. Not that everything needs to be Suicide Squad marquee, but like there's a way to inject a little more personality than just like average apocalypse browns and grays and blacks and dark colors, inject a little personality in there. But really enjoying it. It's the game I'm most anticipated to come back to because I've taken like almost a month hiatus off gaming. Just I got so burnt out, like you have no idea, man.
Yeah, dude,
after some other big titles we'll talk about, I was just like, it's movies and TV for like 3 weeks. I can't. My brain can't anymore.
If I did the amount of gaming you did, I mean, that was me after the film festival. Was just kind of like, I got to slow down on this movie stuff.
You're like, I don't ever want to see a movie again this week.
Now I'm talking myself out of going to like, for I guess frame of reference for when we're recording, King Arthur comes out this week, and the reviews are like sufficiently talking me out of going to see the movie in the theater day of. Like,
you got to go see it. You got to go see it for
spend
for
money
everyone.
on this movie.
You already have, though. Just go for it.
I just got a refund. It's no big deal. You can literally click and click and refund. That's how it works now. So it's just, I get it. Like I'm just saying, like I can be talked out of doing things now because I've got movie overload. I'm almost at 100. No, I'm over 100, almost at 200 seen for the entire year. Like if we're talking things that were released this year and other years.
Yeah.
And like 70 for the movies that were released this year, I think.
Oh
anyway,
my God.
that's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. If I do some quick math, I probably have put like I don't know, like 500, 400 hours. I don't know into gaming this year.
Oh my God.
It feels like I don't know. That's quick math. That's totally just made up. But like I'm just because I put it's probably closer to like 300 or so. But that's still a lot.
Yeah,
I've beaten
four.
I've beaten like 4 games that I put in over 50 hours into. So that's 200 right there. and that's like not even talking about all the other shit. So
right.
Whoa, that's a lot of my life. I should get a hobby,
dude. Nier though is definitely yeah. You don't have enough hobbies. Nier.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Nier is way high up for me on my top 10 right now. Like, because
awesome.
If you want a game to speak to me, make the combat like that, because that combat is unbelievable. And not just that, but like where the world that they're putting that combat in, it's just incredibly creative.
I like robots, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm into robots. Like, it's so in right now with Westworld and
Mr. Robot, of course. If you want to misunderstand
Mr. Robot,
show.
yeah, because he's a total robot. That was the end of the season 2 there. That was the big spoiler.
That's why it's called Mr. Robot.
I have always been Mr. Robot.
No, Ex Machina, I guess, is a good one.
Yeah. It's just
people still high on that. Yeah,
it's hot right now, man. I like some robots. I like people,
Of course, the super successful Ghost in the Shell. We can't forget.
Yes, God, dude, I'm hearing. I got a lot of people saying, "I really like that movie." I'm very torn on whether I'm wasting time on that movie or not.
What?
Which
I would see it in 4K and see how much the beauty strikes you. I mean, if you get bored, I don't want
to rent it in 4K or buy it in 4K or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
It's gonna be like $30 or whatever. Like, fuck that.
I gotta say, like, the visuals were like cool for a bit, and then I got bored because it was just they turned it into such a by the numbers AI story where it's like,
who am I? What am I feeling right now? Are these feelings mine?
I don't.
Yeah. Where do feelings come from?
Why
whenever Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., a fucking B-rated, like TV show on ABC, is writing better Android like storylines and
Ada is amazing.
I don't know. There's something's not right in
Yeah,
it's not right in Robot Town. So.
I love Nier though, but that's one I am very eager to jump back into. Like very, very.
I hope
eager.
you do. I hope they patch your mess of a PC version.
Yeah,
or just buy it on console.
Fix it somehow. I don't know how they're gonna fix it, or if I just need to wait for a PS4 sale or some shit. I have no idea.
Yeah, might be the choice.
Whatever, it's fine.
Who cares?
Over it.
What else did the Switch, I guess, came out? Or do you want to talk about Andromeda?
Let me talk about Andromeda. Yeah, let me talk about that because I have to go get my Switch because I didn't write down all the games I've been playing on that thing, so I have to open that.
Look at your profile. Yeah, you played a fucking lot of games on there.
Woo, I got like a lot, too many games. I was just buying shit just to be buying it at some point. So that's what I do whenever I had a system launch. I'm like, I'll buy games I would never buy, like late in the system cycle, because there's so many other good games, just because I want things on that system to play.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And it's worth it in the moment, but then you go back and look, and I'm like, why the fuck did I buy that? Man, Mass Effect. Man, this game was scaring me. Like whenever you started hearing all like the tepid reviews.
Yeah, 6s and 7s.
Oh boy, all the problems.
Literally, the reviews were like a unanimous shrug.
Yeah, everyone was just like,
I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, unanimously. No one was like, loved this game. I knew people who were like, you guys, the reviews are lying. I'm of that camp, but I would be like, the reviews aren't lying. The reviews are lying, but they are not lying about how fucking much of a mess that game is technically. Wow, talk about putting that game out like a quarter too soon, after it had been like delayed a year, like how the fuck did you ever think that the game was going to be ready a year ago? And you know what? In the state that it was in that launch, what the fuck were you doing for the last year?
I know.
Anyways,
just doing commercials. Commercials.
This is the year of technical difficulties for me, man. That game crashed on me about once an hour.
Holy shit.
Wow. Hard crash too. Like had to unplug my PS4. It's not good for my system. So I was
you that, yeah.
I was afraid to play that game for long periods of time and stuff like that. So I was kind of playing it a little bit and putting it down, playing a little bit, and then the patch came out, and then I really started hammering it out. And the patch fixed enough. I made a character, and it looked great in character creation, and then it goes into the game,
right,
and then it starts animating, and my character looks like a drunken buffoon just constantly. His eyes are looking in two different directions. His face is all like puckered out. I'm like, this is not my character that I made, But it was, and at first it wasn't like so noticeable. Like I noticed it, but I was like, well, maybe it was just that angle. And it wasn't until like I was like 2 or 3 hours in, and I was just like, I fucking hate my character. There's no fucking way I'm starting over though, you know. So like,
I know it's too late by that point.
Oh, it's already committed. So, but the update came out and I kind of fixed all the weirdness in my character, and it kind of became digestible. But I still have cheekbones that protrude out of my face like a cartoon character. So I don't know why they didn't fix that, but maybe that's what I chose. Who knows? It was a mess. The whole game was just a mess. But I enjoyed every fucking second of its functionality when it was playing. I just liked it, man. It was Mass Effect to me, and it was the most mechanically rich Mass Effect. It was the most ambitious Mass Effect. Maybe that was why it was so broken, because the B team was actually working on this game, a B team that actually all just got pretty much let go, and now they're putting Mass Effect on ice. They Deus Exed it.
That's what came out today,
yeah, so we probably won't be getting any Mass Effect DLC or sequels or anything anytime in the next 5, maybe even 10 years. Who knows? I don't know how long these things take to prove that it's a it's a franchise worth coming back to. It sucks, man. It's a bummer because I feel like I like this game a lot more than the world did. I have a lot of friends, our buddies on Fellows of the Grind, who really like this game, who will just beat the drum all day for this game, and I'm glad there is that audience out there. We had a whole book club for it, a video game book club, where we just like spoiled the fuck out of the game. It was awesome, it's got its fans, but they're loud and proud, you know.
I was gonna say, now that I joined that group, I did notice that there's a lot of. There's definitely a lot of people that are giant fans of the game, at least in our circles. Yeah.
Right. So it's a bummer to see that, like, you know, there's gonna be a lot of broken hearts out there, but I guess they're really focused on a new IP, BioWare that is, and I think it's a brand new thing. You know, it's not based off any existing property. So we'll see how that all pans out. You know, they may have something big and something great, and maybe that's where all their focus is going into, and the remnants of that B team are probably going to get ushered into that bigger team, and we'll see. But hats off to everyone at BioWare Montreal. Hope everyone lands on their feet out there.
Yeah.
Is affected by this. What about you, man? What's your Mass Effect status?
It's probably the one I played the least, and that I'm least eager to go back to be honest. It's kind of weird. I don't know if it's because it's too much, or if it's because some of the, I don't know, the animation's just off-putting to me, dude.
Not mocapped. It's totally, that's what happens.
I feel bad about saying that because that's such a dumb thing to be hung up on, and I'm not that I'm hung up on it, but I gotta be seriously motivated to like return to a game. Considering all the time I devote to other things. And this game, not that I'm going to return it anytime soon, I'm going to keep playing this game for sure. I still got a lot of time left.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those games that, like, every time I think on it, I'm like, do I really want to watch her talk again? And...
Yeah, right, with her weird fucking lips and her...
Like, do I want to hear that, like, half-hearted voice acting? I don't know, man. Like, at least in the early goings, the voice acting to me was just kind of like I'm reading lines in a booth. And
I like the dude writer. I hear the girl writer is not very good, her voice acting, but the dude writer, especially if you're picking all the snarky things to say.
I went with the girl, yeah. So.
Oh, that's yeah.
Damn it.
I hear that people are just not enthusiastic about her performance. There's fans out there of her for sure, but the guy is like, he's James Kirk, man, and like Malcolm Reynolds from Firefly. He's just a jerk. Awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And he's just making like, you can play him to be like this cocky kind of like shithead, and it's cool. You know, I like it.
Damn, so they didn't really write her to be like. They just kind of wrote her to be not a negative personality, but it's just a hardened. Hardened is a good word to describe her. That's a choice you can run with, and of course you have dialogue options that are like I can just be a dick all the time, but damn, it doesn't seem like they had as much fun writing for her.
It doesn't ever come across as like he's being a dick, just like cocky and like snarky and like I'm really egotistical and like really confident and like to a point where it's like annoying but in a fun way, you know, where like man, that guy would be insufferable to be around. But it's cool. I like playing that character. What's that?
You mentioned the technical achievements and whatnot of the game in terms of the gameplay. The combat, dude. Oh my god,
so good. Yeah, the combat's awesome.
So good.
That jetpack is awesome.
Getting the semi right now, thinking about it. Sorry.
Ugh, yeah. I really like the jumps. I don't know if you even got to this, but the jumps between like systems when you're flying from one system to another, it actually shows you all of open space in a first-person view, and you always get glimpses of everything off in the background. There's always a black hole to see or a star, and it's just fucking beautiful, man. I can sit there and just watch that transition sequence all day. It's different for every planet you go to. There's landing sequences for every planet. It's really cool, man. It never breaks immersion, you know. That's awesome. I feel completely immersed in that universe, and that's a big, big, big deal for me. And while the story wasn't like, you know, the strongest in the series or whatever, it was serviceable. You know, it was good enough. Like, because the real story is you need to like colonize this. You need to colonize this world. You know, like that's what you need to do. And there's other little things that are getting in the way of that. You know. So I felt the stakes, you know, in the game. I just the stakes weren't like galaxy ending like they were like in the original trilogy. Like there isn't this thing that's looming over you that's like, wow, we're never gonna be able to beat this, you know. It always feels hopeful, which is good. The tone shift is good, you know. We went through a whole trilogy of like no hope and like we're gonna barely make it by the skin of our teeth type storylines, you know. Right. So yeah,
interesting. Yeah, I really do have to dive more into that. That one is the one I'm guilty of not the most, like of not playing the most.
Yeah, right.
Damn it, Jeff. Ruin the whole flow of the podcast. You know,
that's right.
I've been pooping and playing
Jeff?
a lot.
I don't know.
Let's talk about the shitty mobile games I've been playing when I poop.
Yeah. Hey, Jeff, what you pooping while you playing? Or playing while you're pooping?
I do poop while I play. When the game's really good, sometimes I poop right there. I don't give a shit.
Do not describe your poops to me, because that's exactly how I sentence that, or phrase that sentence. Let's see here. Let me take out my Switch real quick, because that's what we'll talk about next, man, because I got one of them bitches, and so did you.
I did last week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm going to literally play it the rest of the show while you talk.
Yeah, I'm actually already checked out, so... Did you get that tower?
Cool. I'll just talk about Donald Glover and Deadpool, because that's kind of cool.
That's super cool. I like that. Yeah, good for Childish Gambino and his ongoing success on FX.
Yeah, he's just taking over that whole network.
Yeah, good for him. Yeah, man, so I got some good games here, man, on the Switch. First off, I love this system. It's just comfortable. Like, just all of it. Just feels comfortable to hold.
It did feel like I've always had it. Like, it was like...
Yeah, that's poetic. I like that. I don't know. Have you played it within the controller cradle also? Like, on your TV or whatever?
I did, yeah.
It feels good. I like it in the cradle. You know, it feels good. I have the Pro controller. That feels good, too. It's probably my favorite feeling controller that I own. Like, out of all the controllers. It feels good, man. I don't play a lot on my TV. I play a lot in handheld mode. I would say 90% in handheld mode. In fact, I beat Zelda this weekend and played the last boss on my TV, and it was like the first time I actually put it on my TV.
Wow.
And I go, fuck, I should have played this whole game on my TV. Fucking, yeah, wow, 1080.
At least you ended the finale-wise.
It was real. Yeah, it was bittersweet, man, because I was like, this was great, but fuck me, I should have played this whole thing on the TV. Yeah, man, I really enjoy the versatility of the Switch. It proved itself to me the very first week I owned it. I had some friends in town. I'd be playing it until they woke up in the morning, you know, and once they woke up in the morning, you know, I would turn it off, you know, and that was when, you know, that's when it was in its cradle and on the TV, you know, playing a little RMX, that racing game, which is pretty fun. And, you know, they would wake up, we'd want to go somewhere. You know, it takes a little while to get to places here in Colorado. I'd take that thing right out of its cradle, bring it with me in the car, someone else would be driving, be playing. Participating in conversations, but, like, you know, playing a little this, playing a little that. And it just proved its concept. And I came right back home, put it in its cradle, just kept on playing, you know. It was nice. It feels good. You know, it feels good to see, like, them set out on something and execute. Nintendo, that is. It's just, it's awesome. And everybody wants one. I love everyone likes Nintendo all of a sudden again. I like it, like, during the whole Wii U thing, people were like, fucking Nintendo's dumb. They're fucking dumb. Everything about them's dumb. And now everyone's like, man, I want one of those Switches. They're scratching their faces like crack addicts, you know? Like, yeah, you got any more of them Switches back there? Like a bunch of Tyrones. From Chappelle's Show. But yeah,
racist. Don't
or I'm just being racist, whatever. But yeah, I it's just cool, man. Like, the love is out there, and everyone who has their hands on one, no one's like, yeah, I don't get it. They don't get it. I'm gonna go sell mine. I don't get it. So I haven't met that person yet. At least
so. four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, at least 4 people at my job have one and brought it in the first month, the launch month. That's cool. And I didn't do it because I got mine last week. So it didn't make sense for me to be the one guy going, right, the Switch. And everybody else is like, yeah, I know, I got one.
Yeah, we got it already, dude. I set it up on its kickstand and lean back in my chair and play it at my desk at work all the time. I get some downtime every once in a while. So
nice.
It's good, dude. I really like the system. And it's nice. It feels like I'm playing a console system at work, even though I'm on that small screen, because of the games I'm playing, the scopes are, especially in a game like Zelda, are so big. You're just like, there's no way that this is a fucking handheld game. But also, when you're leaning back, the act of leaning back and having a controller in your hand and looking at a screen that's further away from you, that's playing a console, baby. That's what it is, you know. So doing that at work, it felt like I was getting away with something. It just felt like. I felt good, like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. We're in the goddamn future right now. See me in 3017, So what's your feeling on the system as a whole? Not quite the games, but just what? How are you enjoying the system? Can you see yourself wanting to play more games on here, preferring to play games on here?
Yeah, well, I mean, as soon as more titles come, I'm interested in the Mario Kart, of course, because it's Mario Kart.
Yeah, sure.
But I haven't gotten that yet because it's a full price game. And I gotta budget myself. I literally just bought the console, so gotta pace myself, people. But in terms of if more titles came out that I wanted, like Skyrim's coming out to it, I will totally get that.
I'll buy that game for the 5th time and play it again.
For the 5th fucking time.
It's the third time, whatever. But I'll do it again. I don't give a shit.
But still, the options when they're there, I'm going to pursue them because this is a console that deserves to have more games on them, deserves to be played. The UI doesn't feel like jarring or anything.
It's simple.
It's super simple. Almost, if you compare it to Xbox, too simple.
Yeah, it's
because Xbox is
it's kind of offensively simple. I'm just kind of like, God, you think we're stupid? But you couldn't put more on here. But I like it too. I'm like,
I like this.
I can get to right to everything I need to get to immediately.
It's almost without always jarring on every new console. So
it is, yeah. Especially even today when I turn on my Xbox One, I'm like, okay, now how do I just fucking start a game? You have to dive into so many goddamn menus, and which I know you can set up shortcuts, everybody, I get it, but for the sake of hyperbole and fun, it just feels like I have to go through some extra steps, even on PlayStation 4, I put all my games into folders now, which I don't have to do, but I have, so now I kind of have to dive a little bit into my stuff, to find things I want to play. Dive!
I don't know why I'm doing a Flash Gordon quote. Dive. Anyway, the Xbox, they tried and they're still trying. They're never gonna stop. Yeah, never gonna stop. They're never gonna stop wanting to integrate their OS into Windows and turning it into Windows. So they're constantly adding more shit to it that looks not that good and also confuses people that just want to play games.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about them though, because the Switch is great. Great start, I think. Not necessarily a great launch lineup, because I know you were pretty much you were hunting through the shop store or the eShop, whatever it's called, their store, and just looking for new titles, right?
I was like, oh, nothing came out. I guess I'll buy these Neo Geo games that came out 20 years ago. Right. I grew up on Neo Geo though too, so they're fun to go back and play those games. But goddamn, even since Zelda. The biggest thing that we've gotten, I picked up I Am Setsuna, that's a game that I have on the consoles, but I'm like, this is good.
But it's on the Switch
now. Yeah, this is on the go, and and that's why I asked that question to you earlier. It's like, do you find yourself preferring? Because now I'm like, man, I wish literally everything was on the Switch. I know that feasibly power, the power can't handle or whatever, but like a Yakuza 0 or the next Yakuza, those games are not top tier high def games or whatever, you could bring those games over to the Switch and they fucking better, because that's where I would play those games. These big, huge, open experiences, to be able to play that on the go nonstop while you're pooping even,
Yep.
That's great to me,
That's exactly why the poop and play makes sense nowadays.
Oh man, yeah.
Before it's just mobile games. It's like, oh, Facebook.
Yeah, right. Now you can play Skyrim and become Dragonborn while dropping deuces.
Exactly.
The dream, everybody. We're in 3017.
30. Blade Runner. It's a real job. I don't. Whatever.
We can talk about some games we've been playing now, though. I picked up Shovel Knight. That game's a fun side scroller. Everyone is in love with that game.
I haven't played it yet.
I like it. It's just a like for me. It's enjoyable. It's one I suggest everyone get while it's on here because it's just quality. It's a quality platformer.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Neo Geo wise, I picked up King of the Fighters 98, Shock Troopers, Metal Slug 3, and those are the only 3. Do any of those sound familiar to you?
Metal Slug because it was an arcade game.
Yes, that's right.
Barely remember that though because it was so long ago that I played it.
It's a very, very long time ago. Good. Those are all 3 good series. Fun. Oh, and Samurai Showdown, I have that as well, which is just a samurai fighting game. Mm-hmm. Picked up Graceful Explosion Machine, which is another hard recommend. Anyone who has a Switch, get this game. It's like Geometry Wars. It's this console's Geometry Wars.
What was the name of it again? I'm sorry.
Graceful Explosion Machine. Beautiful hand-drawn graphics. It's awesome.
Title up.
Yeah. Graceful Explosion Machine. Thank you. I picked up it's a mobile. I really like rhythm-based games, like the ones that you just tap or whatever. I think they're really good palate cleansers, or just good to play while you're pooping. So I picked up Voez is what it's called. It's like a Korean-based like touchscreen game, really really big on mobile. Brought it over to here with all the songs and everything like that. I don't really recommend it. I've played better touch, rhythm games or whatever, but I guess this is serviceable. It was nice to have that, like, after putting 20 hours straight into Zelda.
Yeah,
which
sure.
I'm not going to admit that I did, but I may have. Nonstop, not even kidding. No, I'm not going to admit to that. It was nice to just be able to be like, wow, I'm not going to play that for a couple days. I'm just going to, play some tap games and listen to some hardcore Korean trance music. So, so that was it's an interesting game. I wouldn't recommend it though. Just because I'll kind of blow through more of these because I know you probably have like one game on your system, right?
Yeah, it's just a $300 Zelda game for me.
Yeah, Zelda portable system.
That's all this is. I spent like $350.
I'll blow through
Zelda so far.
I'll blow through all mine then. Mr. Shifty, you might like this game. This game's kind of fun. It's like Hotline Miami, and the fact that like it's a bird's eye view shooter or whatever, where you're going through levels and killing everything, but you're a Nightcrawler-esque telepathic, a teleportational, being or whatever. Who can also kung fu people. And it's fucking awesome. You can phase through walls, you can phase out of the way of bullets, you can slow down in bullet time. A lot of fun, man. Really cool. Great art style, too. It's called Mr. Shifty.
Mr. Shifty.
It's good stuff. It's shifty! Just like Rick and Morty. Except they say swifty. Okay, that's good. Fast RMX. Good game, man. It's like a F-Zero X, which is kind of a Nintendo racer.
Yes, I remember that, yeah.
Hovercraft type racer game. Very, very serviceable, solid racing game. I always pick up a racing game at launch. There's always one for it's like an unwritten rule. You launch on a console, better have a racing game.
Right.
I don't know why. I don't know who made that up, but that's totally a rule. And this is a good game. I enjoy it. I put a good amount of time into it. My system says just a few minutes, but it only calculates by the 5th hour. So I'm anywhere between a few minutes and 5 hours of gameplay with that game. Thanks, Switch. Blaster Master 2, or Blaster Master 0, excuse me, I don't know where I got 2 from. I'm dyslexic, everyone deal with it.
You want there to be 2 more sequels.
Sure, there were. This is a prequel or something, I don't know. It's called 0, who knows? This is an old school game, old school style game. I really like it. It's another side scroller. It's fun. It's mechs and very Japanese and very Mega Man-esque or whatever. I already talked about I Am Setsuna a little bit. That game's really pretty on this game. This screen is so beautiful. The 720p's that it puts out. Yeah. You don't need 1080. Like, the screen is too small. Like, you wouldn't even be able to like appreciate 1080. I say that, but you'd show me a screen at 1080, like, wow, it looks way better. But 720 is really all you need for like this size, and that game just really blows it out of the water, just with the way that like its art style is. Also played a little bit of that Lego City Undercover. You'd like this game, Jeff. Yeah. You got to go buy this game, man, when it's on sale. If you missed this one because it was on Wii U only. It's probably better served here, and they added multiplayer, so you can like do co-op and stuff like that. So you got
yes, co-op.
You can give Goku his stick so he can play, and y'all can play games together.
Because his opposable thumbs totally work.
Yeah, because of his doggy opposable thumbs. That's right.
Exactly.
And the last one I rattle off before you could start actually commenting on stuff that you've actually played. Mario Kart 8. Great stuff, man.
Damn it.
God damn it, I really like this game. We play it a lot at the house. It's fun. It's fun to, like, because I live with 4 gamers, and we don't really ever play games together, which is
so
really
jealous you have it. That's why I said damn it.
Yeah, we don't really ever play games together. We don't do split screen. Our internet is garbage, so we don't ever play games together online.
Yeah.
So it's like we don't play a lot of games together, which is a shame. This changed all that. We've been downstairs on the TV, split screening it up a lot with Mario Kart. Going online, you can go with 2 people online. We've been doing that. That's been fun. Just a lot of fun, man. This game's just jolly as fuck. I love it. And bring your lucky charm, because this game is like 90% luck. So there's almost no skill to this game.
Really?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, dude. Because you could be all the way up in first, and then get nailed by like 7 blue shells, while fuckface is sitting over here in first all the last race and never sees one blue shell.
God.
You're like, what? How does that doesn't make any sense. And then there's the times where you'll get hit by a blue shell, and then every person who passes you hits you with one more thing, and then you get dragged all the way back to 12th, and there's no way to get back to the front. 90% luck, everybody.
That's just
hilarious. Fight me on it. Still love it. It's still enjoyable. It's like playing Mario Party, and someone legitimately going, "I'm the master at Mario Party." Oh, so you're the master of luck? Okay, good for you. Because that game's literally all about dice rolls and being handed out lucky stars at the end of it. So. Anyways,
I'm excited for NBA Playgrounds. I'm gonna snag that on the store.
I'm picking that up Thursday. Yeah, tomorrow.
Nice.
So
it's a cheap one, and it looks like NBA Jam. I'm all about it.
Buying that shit.
I see those shoes light up. I see the big heads.
And I always forget where you fall on Minecraft. But that's coming out Thursday too, and I'm buying the fuck out of that.
Minecraft? Oh, I love Minecraft. It's just it's been on mobile before. I don't imagine this being too different.
It's gonna be the PS4, like the major PC version on the Switch.
Oh, like big as shit worlds. Okay,
biggest shit worlds, yeah, like huge.
Yeah, the mobile ones are small. Pretty damn small.
No, yeah, that's like a Playgrounds one. No, this is like the full experience. I'll buy it again. I would love to play that game on the go. I did have it on the Vita, but it wasn't the mobile version, but it was kind of just a one step back version, we'll call it.
Yeah.
It just felt like a little empty to me.
Sounds like the first version of what was on the 360, because like that version, I mean, compared to the PC at the time, was like so scaled back, and like my house, I didn't take that long at all to get to between my houses.
Yeah.
So I like Minecraft a lot. It's just I work in that game in phases. Like I just never.
Yeah, me too. And they're gonna have a whole Mario palette or whatever, so that's gonna be fun.
Nice. That's gonna be really
and
cool.
Worlds that will be randomly generated with like the Mushroom King, like kind of aesthetic and stuff like that. It'll be kind of cool. I'll pick that up.
Of course, ARMS. Everybody's dying to play some ARMS.
Yeah, it's coming out soonish, right? I like nothing in this world could get me interested in that game. Can I just say that? Can I be mean? I'm the Nintendo fanboy, according to everybody, because I like Nintendo.
Because you own one. That's
because I own one. Yeah, that game looks like shit. Like you couldn't even no. You should really come in and demo it. Like you'd get it if you demoed it. Yeah, kind of don't want to. This just doesn't that doesn't mean I'm not saying it can't function or it doesn't work. It does not resonate with me on any level of my being.
I know on subculture.com, the site you write for. Sub-culture. Sorry, everybody.
Sorry.
Was it Colby who did the demo at PAX? And he was like, never mind, it's actually good.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like, really? Is it, though?
It probably is, like people who like those punch out, beat 'em up games that where you actually swinging your fist like that, it's going to be great. There is nothing in this world that makes me want to do motion control gaming. I hear
you 100% on that one.
Just man, I'm so over that.
I'm tempted to get Rhyme on it just so I can have that beautiful ass game.
I'm 100% getting Rhyme on the Switch instead. Yeah.
Yeah, so I can just walk around with it. That'd be really fun. Splatoon don't care.
Sorry. That looks pretty. Yeah, Splatoon, they don't care about that game either. Yeah. like people would wonder why I even got a Switch, because like all the first year games, I'm like, yeah, I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah, exactly. With the exception of the big title, like you have
give
Zelda,
me Mario, give me Mario, give me
Odyssey,
Zelda, give me Skyrim, and then we can call it this year.
Exactly.
And if Xenogears comes out, great, or Xenoblade Saga, that's fine too. Whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did. That's right. They did tease
It's
that.
never coming out this year.
No, it's not. It's totally not.
I love how they doubled down on it. Like, you guys, it is. Shut up.
No, there's no fucking way. If you want to make it as big as the last one, no, it's not.
Yeah,
happening.
no way. That game was so huge, I stopped playing it because it was so
This is too big, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, fuck this. No thanks.
It's totally... I mean, Super Mario Odyssey, I believe, is coming out Christmas. I think they want to cash in on that one.
They will. I think that will make this year. And I'm going to buy the fuck out of that.
Oh, man, am I buying that hard? That'll
Donkey
be like...
Kong City. If Donkey Kong is in that... is in that game, man, in any shape or form, I'm going to freak... Like, he's the mayor of Donkey Kong Town, I'd freak out.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, God. Think of all the crossover potential. Like, you meet other Mario people, or other Nintendo stars or whatever. Oh, it'd be so cool. But they're not going to do that. We'll see.
I'm trying... You're not doing a good job at quelling my boner.
Yeah.
That's not a sentence I've ever thought I'd say. Quelling my boner.
Quelling the boner.
Quelling that's the name of this episode. Boom. Quelling the boner. People will be like, what?
What? Well, I'm going to click on this just to see what they're talking about. They didn't talk about boners until the 1 hour and 5 minute mark. I'm over it.
What are they going to talk about? It's like people comment. What are they going to talk about boners?
Yeah, I was in it for the bone. That's our other segment, bone talk.
People are literally going to.
Hey, what do you got a big old boner for, Jeff?
I'm pretty rock hard though for the Legend of Wild Breath of the Zelda.
This is the GameBang. We are the most immature podcast in this side of gaming.
Yes, I will absolutely fess up to that. We are the most immature gaming pop culture podcast that you'll find.
100%.
100%. 110%.
110%.
So you like Zelda? I mean, I take it based on how many hours you played. You liked it fine.
Yeah, I hit 60 hours, which is low for a lot of people. People put 100+ hours in this game.
I saw some numbers. Yeah, I was like hour 100 something.
It's kind of interesting to me. Not that I don't want to jump into this world or whatever more, but because I put in, after I beat the game at 45 hours, I put 15 more hours into it post beating it, so I wasn't done playing that game after I was done playing that game, so
right.
God, people are putting some serious time into it, and it's like, I put a lot of time into Skyrim and stuff like that and all these other games, and I'll probably end up getting there. But like for me, it takes time for me to get there. So we'll especially with all these other games that I'm juggling. So I was happy that I got to beat it because I truly thought it was going to be a game I was playing all year and wouldn't be able to talk about the end until the end of the year. But I'm getting to participate in those conversations with people now, and that's fun, And I'm not going to spoil anything. Obviously, you haven't played very much. A lot of listeners probably haven't played a lot. All of our 4 people from Spain. Shout out.
I think that's actually accurate. I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably accurate. Ending's got a good payoff, man. If you get all the memories, which is a concept in the game, you have to kind of recollect your memories. There are locations on the map and acquire the Master Sword, which you want to do anyways, obviously. It's got a good payoff, man. The story is not very present throughout the entire game. It's just a lot of character and tone and there's stuff to grab onto still, despite there not being a lot of narrative substance. And every time you walk,
never once bothered by that.
Me neither. Not at all. Mr. Story here never bothered by that. So every time I walked into a town, there's so much personality. Everyone's dressed different. It's got its own little town theme. Everything's it's got its own character. And I loved that. I loved it, finding a new town. I found a new town after I beat the game and go, how the fuck did I miss an entire town? Like, how is that even fucking possible? Map is just big, man. It's just so big. Like, you're probably still in the early stages where you don't even realize how big it is.
Nope, I do not. First plateau because I don't have the fucking glider yet. I'm still that early in the game.
Oh man,
I keep getting distracted by shit.
Get that glider, man.
But it's really so
easy. It's so easy to not get that glider as fast as other people have gotten it because the game has no hand-holding. It's just like, yeah, man, you woke up and deal with it. Like that's literally how the game's like. Yeah, you're waking up and the world's kind of been shitty for the last 100 years. and you're naked and you got no weapons. Good luck. So like, and I love that. In every Zelda game, it's like, oh, you're a farmer and you're tending horses and this is the first 2 or 3 hours of the game. Or you're, an elf boy and you're doing errands for people around town. Fuck all of that. This game just right away, you're murdering stuff. You're walking out of the very first area. It just immediately starts, and I love that about this game. Bold. It's so bold. You're learning through, not through tutorials, but through trial and error. Like you're getting kind of little tutorial like nuggets and like information and stuff like that. But like the game doesn't hold your hand, and it's merciless. If you run into some bad guys that are like you're not supposed to be running into, and you don't have the gear for it, they will murder you. Like in just a hit or just in a hit.
Murder you. Yeah.
1-hit kill, and I ran into that towards the end of the game too, because I'd switch out of my battle armor to kind of have like area specific armor, and I'd get hit and killed in like 1 hit, so I'd have to keep on switching armor pieces and stuff. Durability never bothered me. I don't mind weapons breaking. Do you find any bother in that, or
no?
What are your?
I'm usually in an area where I can pick up a new one anyway.
I find that it forces you out of your comfort zone too, so you're using everything.
True.
Usually I'm a sword only guy. If I pick up an axe in like a Skyrim game, I'm like, ugh, throw it away or sell it or whatever. Or, if it's I don't venture outside the swords very much. You got to use everything in this game, even tree branches. So
you're forced to,
it's cool. You know what I wish you could do? Throw your shield like Captain America.
It comes back to you magically.
Yeah, I feel like that was a missed opportunity. But you can surf on your shield. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but literally everything else you want to do, you can do it.
You can literally do everything, and I think traversal in this game has changed open world games forever, because you can climb on anything. There's no invisible walls. Everything's stamina based. Everything is things are out of reach at the beginning of the game, but you can come back to them because you've gathered enough stamina. You can buff yourself by eating things and cooking food that are more stamina based. Food items and stuff like that. It's just, the game is so good, dude. It's after my like tire of kind of the open world genre, or the overload, should I say? It's never going to be tired, but the overload, I was like, wow, what a breath of fresh air, Breath of the Wild. I don't feel like I'm just playing another open world game. I feel like I'm playing the Zelda game I've been waiting for my entire life. And I honestly feel that way. It's this is next level shit. This is once in a lifetime type of game. That we all get a game and it's just like, how the fuck did they do this?
Yeah, I know.
How did they make this?
and on a console that moves around, no less.
Yeah, you can walk around with, that you can take to poop with, it's the... Oh my god, we're in the goddamn future!
This is the poop zone, man. Oh yeah, man, we're gonna have to change the show title from GameBang to Poop Zone.
Right, what you pooping? God, man, I could wax poetic about this game forever, man.
We're not done doing that at all by any stretch. That's gonna be a year end, maybe even all timer. With the concept of this podcast being, a versus type of podcast, where normally, of course, this is obviously a stray away from that format for a second.
Yeah, right.
Consider this Entertournament of Champions Plus, EoC Plus.
Yeah, a side quest.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good name. Shit, why didn't I think of that? Shit, that's so good. Oh man, I'm gonna go JO to that one. That's a good one. All right, Go rename it. But yeah, we're gonna be bringing up these games, our top 10 of the year, whatever. We're gonna come up with a tournament for them. Maybe JD might not be the one to do those episodes with us.
We'll get a guest.
Yeah, we'll find a guest, because JD doesn't game. He's still like, yeah, dude, I'm still trying to beat Fallout 3.
What?
Like, all right, dude, whatever.
Like 10 years ago. He's like, you guys know about them ghouls? Shut up.
Did you guys know there was a New Vegas? I love what I've seen so far of Zelda. Everything you've said, and then some, I guess. Everything you said about the fact that it just plugs you into this world, even if you're not even familiar with it. And like me, I have no background on Zelda. Like, I have one of the games on 3D. I think I have Ocarina of Time on 3DS, and I didn't play it that much. It's a demanding game.
It is,
time-wise.
Again, you started that game. Remember, you started as an elf, and you're like,
here's some
doing all this little bullshit stuff. Yeah, you're doing all this bullshit stuff. Yeah, just absolutely.
No,
that's how they start, and then you get to the tree and start killing things.
You literally wake up, no memory of like the past. What is it? 100 years you were asleep.
100 years, yeah.
And you're wander around this place, free roam style, a massive plateau. do whatever the hell you want, and if you happen upon a shrine, then magically some old man will appear and help explain the shit to you along the way.
Yeah. Which he goes away real quick, so don't get used to that hand.
No, I'm not going to get used to that at all, even though I'm probably going to spend a few more hours in that one single plateau.
You need to spend as much time there as possible. You know, just really soak it all in and like get the mechanics down, and then venture out.
Get as much shit as possible.
And be real careful about what direction you venture out in, because they make it seem like you can go anywhere, and you can if you're skilled enough, if you're good enough, but you're not equipped for certain areas at the beginning of the game.
Right.
So you got to bring your A game if you're gonna like venture. The game shepherds you along a path. I would say along a path that they would like you to go on.
Oh, okay,
but
good.
You don't ever have to follow it. And it doesn't ever feel like you're following a path. So I want to make that clear too. The game is by no means linear. It's just like you can. There's a flow to it. There's a certain flow to it for sure.
Yeah, and I'm generally just following the flow. I just keep running into things that leads me to something else. It just happens along the way naturally.
And you'll always have the main quest marker. You'll always have that to tell you that's where I need to go next.
Exactly.
But like, there's so much space between you and it usually, and it's almost daunting. You're like, how the fuck? I'm gonna get all the way over there.
Oh man, you're telling me all this is gonna open up to me? Holy shit!
Yeah. Oh my God.
This game is gonna fuck me.
That area, I think, is like a 16th the size of the map.
Oh my God.
Maybe even smaller. Maybe even like a 30. I don't even remember. It's so small. Like whenever you zoom all the way out. Like you can, I have a hard time finding that area. Like, where did I start again? Where the fuck was that place? Because it's so small.
Oh my God, that's insane to hear. I wish this game would have wined and dined me before it fucked me.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it just unlubed and went right in rigid. So.
I'm excited to play more of it, man. That's my first impressions of it. It was another one you start and you're like, this is number one material. Like, just automatically.
Oh, yeah. It's the one to beat.
Right.
Yeah, one to beat.
For that, did Guardians come out in March? Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale?
I think so. No. It came out in April.
Okay, so never mind then.
I got one more March game. Persona 5, Jeff's favorite Ching Chong Bing Bong games.
That's my favorite. Yeah, my you know what? My Persona 2 underrated.
Underrated, yeah. Why don't you tell me what happened in Persona 2?
Yeah, this one dude, you're like this squid, right? And you go around and you shoot like spider webs at people, and then you have to go shake the hand of a magician, or else your mom dies.
That's really not too far off. From very strange that you're so close. You were reading a wiki or something. Had to have been. This game is so. This game is so good, dude. I'm not trying to start a war or whatever. I might like it more in Zelda, but we'll see. We'll get there. I have a whole year to think about that. Persona 5 has so much charm.
You're only starting over with people that have played.
I know. Everybody else who's listening right now is just like, dude, shut up. You're just being a tryhard right now. Maybe. I don't know. I adore this game. It is my favorite JRPG turn-based style like game or whatever, man. And the game is very overwhelming at first. I'm so glad you have those early moments to kind of hold your hand or whatever, because the moment tutorials stop and that message comes up goes, now after school you have free time to do whatever you want. I'm like, fuck, because the game's not open world, but there are areas that you're kind of walking around, hub areas again. There's the subway. You're in Tokyo. It's a little confusing, because it's a giant concrete jungle, if you will, and it's just really interesting how you navigate around. You can kind of fast travel to places, which makes it easier after you find them on the maps. But like there's so much to do and so many people to talk to, and every person you talk to forwards, their social link, which gives you powers when you're actually fighting in the dungeons and stuff like that, so like everything that you're doing, everything that you do spends a chunk of time that you'll never get back. And if you can miss events, you can you can not be prepared for events, like it is very, very, very hardcore, like I'm using a FAQ. Like I don't even play this game like with my own faculties. I straight up go to GameFAQs, and some very nice Japanese person who's already played the Japanese version and has translated everything into English and has made a walkthrough for it. I use that, guys, and thank you for that. So, so every day and every hour I know where I should be and what I need to be doing to kind of like get the best experience out of this game. And so I'm not stressing while playing it or anything like that. But it's still overwhelming. It's very, very hard. I love it, man. It's got so much color. The characters are really good. The voice acting's pretty good. The music is outstanding, but I've always liked J-pop and stuff like that. So that's a little... I know for a fact if we were ever on a road trip and I just turned it on, like anything I like, you'd be like, "What the fuck, dude?" But for me,
what happened
really
to this car?
It. Yeah, what is that music?
I think the engine's broken.
Yeah, this is so bizarre. But yeah, I really like that game, man, and it's I'm about 45 hours in. I put all that time in about 5 days. I want to say, and then got burned. And that was the last big game I played before I go. Need to take a break. Put 45 hours in 5 days is abnormal. You shouldn't be doing that. It's too much time in front of a TV, especially when you work a job too, you know. And I was just like, gotta take a break. Gotta go camping and stuff, you know. I kept doing this. Yeah, but taking a break, that's it and Nier are, you know, are the two things I'll be going back to, you know, in terms of like trying to complete Horizon, just kind of looming over me that last mission because I'm so underleveled to beat that last mission. So that means I kind of have to go back and do a lot of side stuff.
Shit, that sucks.
Well, I know. I want to. I don't want to force that game, so I'm kind of letting myself want to go back to it, so it doesn't feel like you know. I want to get the best experience out of it. So yeah, that's all for my March stuff, man. I think we can go to Guardians in April. Is that
oh yeah. Right? Oh, I was gonna say like with Zelda, Persona 5 seems to be a 100-hour game.
Yeah, my buddies.
People I've seen go
75 to 140 hours. Yeah. So you could be at 70, or you could double it. You know, depending on how you play. Jesus. I'm following a guide, so I'm hoping 75 is about more of where I'll fall. So we'll see. We'll see how that all shakes out. I like that game, man. It's good, dude. Like I wish I could stream it so you could at least see like what it's all about. Because it would be like, I can see why you like this. I would never fucking play it though.
I can see why. I saw gameplay footage before it came out, and I was just like, okay, yeah, stylistically, I can see why people like this. It's just the turn-based. As soon as people start doing turn-based, I'm like, I just don't. I want to go up to it and punch it in the face. I don't want to.
Right. It's got all the telltale qualities during the daytime sessions when you're talking to people and increasing your social links and like even like school, you know, like books that you're reading on your off time, like you're not obviously reading the whole book, but like your character will be like, wow, I didn't know that the last president was also a former Yakuza member or whatever. And then later that day in class, or maybe a week later in class, someone will be like, does anyone know what's interesting about President blah, blah, blah? And you can raise your hand and be like, oh, he was a former Yakuza, and you'll get more knowledge points, which knowledge points you gather, and they help you pass your your exams or whatever, which you can fail and which can put you on a bad path or whatever. Have people looking at you differently and everything.
Interesting.
The game is so fucking deep, dude.
Yeah,
and you could not do any of that. So you could never read a book and never answer a single question right in class too if you wanted to. So like, you know, and the game is just very deep. It's just oh god. Like, no wonder like it takes about 6 years like in between these games, because like it's been a long time since Persona 4, like a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've just put a lot of work into these games, man. They're quality experiences.
I'm starting to understand why. Yeah, I'm starting to understand the appeal. I know that people that play Zelda will be like, and Persona 5 will probably be like, oh, there's no competition there. But yeah. I mean, the way you explain things to me just now sounds so dense and it's detailed. Stupid. It's crazy. It's insane. I guess we're gonna go on to these are like the smallest games possible. Now we're gonna go from like RPGs and open world to small condensed narrative based games and shooters. So what was April? Was there? I don't remember a giant release.
I don't think I got anything. I literally only have Guardians of the Galaxy written down.
Yeah, I had Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale series, and the first episode took you on a pretty wild first 15 minutes there, where you're kind of like, wait, did that really just happen? I'm trying not to spoil it because it's still so early, but I was like, when that happened, I was like, did that really just happen? Are we done, like, being Guardians?
Yeah, wow, yeah, pack it up, everybody.
That was incredible. But then they kind of string you along on this
cool fight scene.
Yeah, too. Yeah, really cool fight, gratifying fight scene. Like it feels earned because you know the history from the movies and you know the names of the characters and stuff.
Yeah,
where it ended up taking you though was really, really interesting is a good word for it. I am intrigued, but to see where it goes. Not that bad. It's great. I think the story-wise, it's great. I was kind of left going, what are we doing again? Like, why are we...
Yeah, I thought it was rushed, but not in a bad way. It just, like, the pacing was very, like, oh, we're gonna get there, you know? Like, whoa! Like, and then I was like, wait, so what all happened? Did anything happen this episode?
It was weird. They didn't really seem to have a good reason for chasing the other guys that took the thing. I'm trying to avoid spoilers.
Yeah.
But these other aliens came in and took a thing from them, and they were like, "Let's go get it." But why? Like, why?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, they didn't take a lot of time to like really like sink into.
Yeah, it was like, well, guys, we gotta keep this 2 hours tops. And
have you noticed the lack of like walk around areas in Telltale games lately?
Yeah,
they're like,
just
you know what,
90-minute crunch games, and there's
you know what, like you're gonna have a cutscene. 20-minute cutscenes, and every other 20 minutes, you'll walk in a straight line to somewhere, and that will be the walking segment.
It's not like, I mean, even Batman started cutting down on that, and Batman had the whole detective mode thing that it was doing. And
this one kind of has a detective mode also. You have that like turn back time, and
that was cool.
You're kind of it was, and you're kind of like going up levels like with your rocket boots or whatever, you know, and that was kind of interesting. But you know, I feel like the gameplay elements are dwindling in these. You know what? Don't care. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me.
It's still a fun game.
Yeah, I don't care.
Might not even be on our end of the year list or anything. Depends on where the rest of it goes. But it's a good, decent start. Like, I'm interested.
It's pretty decent.
And the rest of the shit that I've played has been very gothic and dark.
You name off a couple, because I only have one that we've played.
Yeah.
And I was in a beta, which I normally don't do, so I was going to talk about that.
Right. What Remains of Edith Finch?
Yes, that was my other one.
Yeah, just dark, but kind of like in a weird, don't take this the wrong way, a weird Tim Burton way.
Yeah.
Like early Tim Burton, where
I get that.
This personality.
No. I think that's a good comparison point.
And charm to it, despite the fact that it was just a very ominous feel to the entire thing, and the stories were just dark. Like, it was like dark German folklore stories of like,
it was
Cinderella then got her genitals mutilated or whatever. Like, you're like, what?
How did that happen?
What? That took a turn.
Little girls who are experiencing like things who don't realize that they're dying. Like they think their imaginations are running wild, but really they're like in a fever dream and like just dark stuff, dude. You know, like man.
Some stories were better. Some stories were way better than others. And
of course,
What Remains. But they like there's one brother that he worked at I guess they called it a cannery where he cans fish or whatever.
Oh boy.
That was just one of the most immersive things like I had played in terms of it. I really felt like I was that dude. Like, you're literally doing this repetitive motion, and you're not even looking at doing it. You're just used to doing it. But you're totally living in this other world on the side. Right. And then the other world slowly takes over your reality as it bleeds over. And it's just so well done. And the graphics are so good for this for a $20 indie game. Like, whoa. I know.
Jesus. Nice little, I don't even want to call it a twist. Just a nice little like narrative punch at the end. Just like, oh!
Yeah, it did. It did have that. This damn family, man. This is the worst luck ever. Has been
right. They're not an evil family, you know. And I don't know if we're venturing into spoiler territories with this, but there's nothing. Yeah, I don't really want to enter into that, but like, you know, it's not like a monster's killing these people or whatever.
No,
you know,
no, it's
like
luck.
It is just a series of unfortunate events with Lemony Snicket's. You know,
yeah, exactly. Which I still want to finish that series. I liked it.
Never started it.
Saw 4 episodes and I was like, I don't know. I just got wrapped up in something else. I was just kind of like, I kind of need to take a break from this tone because it's very much along the same lines. Like, it's got that humor, but it's kind of dark.
Mm-hmm.
The humor's there though. It's more present than it was in the movie for me.
Oh, cool.
The movie was fine. Like,
never saw
Jim
it.
Carrey was enjoyable. Did it scream Tim Burton too much to you? Was it just like, ooh, I don't know.
No, I mean, I didn't even put that together until you said it, and now I can't get it out of my head.
Oh, okay. I mean, the funny thing is, it's not. It's Barry Sonnenfeld, like the guy who did Men in Black and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the tone of this game.
No, I'm sorry.
No.
I meant the series of unfortunate events.
I never made that comparison. Just, I never saw him. It just wasn't like resistant to it. I didn't get it. It came out like around the same time that those like Golden Compass and the Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe thing, so I kind of like lumped them all together. I'm like, oh, these are like all like kids' books or whatever. So I was like, man, I probably won't go see that because I didn't read that book growing up. But I guess,
Man, they don't feel very like if I was a young child reading those books, I'd be scarred for life. The dude the Neil Patrick Harris plays, I can't remember, the Count or whatever, he's an evil bastard. I don't know how.
Well, yeah, I have a misconception of what this series has been like all this time, you know. I just kind of like attached it to that like era of movies coming out. They're like, oh, we're gonna make kids book movies, and
I remember it was like 2003 or 4 where like there was nothing really.
Yeah.
Ugh. Everything that came out was just kind of like, ugh.
Yeah.
Everything not Lord of the Rings was ugh.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, What Remains of Edith Finch was very memorable for me. Again, I don't know. It might get edged out by the end of the year, man, depending on how this goes.
It's gotta be, man. This year's too stacked, unfortunately.
I know, and it's too stacked for like it was like 2 hour, not even 2 hour experience.
If I gotta give like kind of a reference point though, like, you know, like, I think this is a game is like as good as like a Firewatch or something like that. And while Firewatch like made our list, I think last year.
Yeah,
you know, and this may not. That doesn't mean that it's a lesser game. It may even be a better game than Firewatch. You know, more digestible for sure. You'll be able to get in and get out way quicker and get something way more out of Edith Finch, I think.
There's nothing.
So
yeah. Firewatch had kind of this mystery element going about it, and then the mystery ended up not really being one.
Yeah.
It was kind of not that I found anything wrong with that. I actually found it to be.
I thought that was
great game.
Like I thought that was great. Yeah, I thought the Occam's Razor approach was awesome.
But What Remains was more like, I don't know. It was just a string of fables mixed together, but it was
exactly.
All about the same
I never knew what to expect next because every story kind of had a different mechanic or the way it was being told or whom was telling it. You know, everything was really different.
Yeah, and every room was designed so differently. It was so cool to look at.
What a cool Swiss Family Robinson is what I keep thinking about. You know, just the way that like it's like a treehouse house. You know, and like every room's kind of a character of the people who inhabit them, and just really
the backstory of how the house was built, like, and they just like refused to leave it for some reason. They felt like everything that happened to them that was bad luck would just like avoid them if they lived in this house, and then they ended up being wrong, of course. But people like the entire family, the entire lineage just insisted on staying there and leaving rooms untouched, so they just kept building more rooms and like making it look like an ugly treehouse.
Yeah.
To fit more family members because they refused to leave. Damn, what a rich story for 2 hours. Like,
you get a lot out of it. There's a lot to extrapolate, a lot to unpack from that game.
Yeah, I think there's quite a bit to unpack from Little Nightmares too. Did you play it?
Haven't gotten to play it yet, but I'm eager to hear about it.
Do you have it yet, or?
I do not. No.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna be picking it up soon. I got a little busy the weekend. I was gonna pick it up.
Gotcha. This one is another one that's on a little bit of the cheaper side too, and it's
yes.
I think one of the things that people are kind of like not kind of nitpicking this one for is also its short length. It's like a 3-hour game.
Yeah, but that's what these games are. Like, you want 20 hours of that, you know? Like, that'll overstay its welcome. You know?
Exactly. You'll kind of be like, I'm just kind of doing the same thing over and over again. So I'm kind of glad that they're narrowing these down to 3 hours, and I think it's perfect.
You're not paying $60 for it, you know?
No, if it were a full game, I'd be pissed. Like, I'd be livid. But it's like another $20-$25, so who cares? Just go get it. It's beautiful. I don't know that it's as profound or thought-provoking as Inside was.
I hear that's the big comparison point, though, mechanically.
Yeah, but it absolutely, atmospherically, mechanically speaking, it's Inside, basically.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because
it's crazy.
That's the one everyone wants to compare it to. It's this year's Inside or whatever. And
to a degree.
Nothing's going to be as profound as, like, Inside's ending or whatever, where you're just like, I have to do homework? You know? But yeah, that's good to hear, man.
Yeah.
That everything translated from all that stuff we saw at E3 and PAX and stuff like that.
Completely,
It delivered.
Yeah.
You know,
it earned that spot in my most anticipated, for sure. I got exactly what I wanted out of it.
Good,
which is great. And then some a little bit, because there were some things you could do on the side that you didn't know that you could do, but apparently gives you an achievement along the way. That were just like, oh, it was just kind of sweet. Aww. Like, it's a really, really dark world that you're in, and there's just like little things that you can do to kind of brighten it up a little bit as your character, which is kind of cool. Yeah, it's a great game. What other games do you have? I only have one left.
Me too.
Oh, so it's just Prey. We both have Prey left.
I forgot about Prey, so I have one after Prey. So let's talk about Prey, and then I'll talk about the beta I was in.
Oh, okay. So you played the demo of Prey, right?
I played the demo of Prey.
I don't think I got much further than you because I got it at the same time as a Switch.
I know I don't want to like spoil what happens in that first hour or whatever because people haven't played it yet.
Oh yeah, it's like in the first half hour.
And I think it's a pretty big goddamn reveal.
Yeah.
Huge, I would even say. Like, I was like, oh, I gotta fucking pick up this. After that happened, I was like, God damn it, because it was like I'm gonna wait for a sale. I've got too much on my plate right now. And now I'm like, I'm not going to buy it right now just because I'm really trying to practice some reserve. Right. But I'm like, oh, man, that game's, it's calling me.
It is, yeah.
Wow.
That's quite a narrative twist.
The setup alone and where the narrative's going to go or where I might think it's going, I'm like, dude, I'm in. Sign me up.
They M. Night Shyamalan you in a better way, obviously. In the early part of the game instead of like waiting to the
and it's end. So smart the way that like they explained you don't even get it explained to, you're figuring it out.
Just go to computer screens and learn
elaborate about it. This elaborate ruse was being like, oh, it's so fucking good. Go play that demo if you haven't already.
So that's so far early on in the game is what speaks to me more than the actual like shooting part, the part that you're supposed to be actively doing most of the time. Granted, I only came across like one gun and like a hammer or something.
So, glue gun and wrench.
Something like that. So I didn't really do much, but the mimics scare the fuck out of me every time. Every single time.
Too. I'm like, man, why is there 2 trash cans sitting right next to me? Oh! Like, wait,
and then they play that music.
That was a mimic. There's no way that to be standing next to each other.
And then they play that music that scares the shit out of you when it happens, and oh my god, dude.
Yeah, I guess for the rest of the game, I'm just gonna hit everything with a wrench.
Yeah, just hit literally everything. Just never stop swinging.
That's probably my go-to. So
yeah, it's not like Zelda where like it breaks or whatever. So just keep swinging. Just never stop swinging. It's a good start though. It's definitely got me hooked, like you were saying. That big little reveal there. Man. That had me going, wait, what? What is this? What's happening?
Yeah, I did not know we were in for this, And we should have assumed because that trailer's so good, that original trailer, when it actually tells the story or whatever, about him living that Groundhog's Day thing. Like, I should have assumed that they were gonna show up with the story, but I never did. It's Arcade
I never
Studio.
Did either. I just thought it was they're just trying to emphasize it's weird. Yeah,
I'm lukewarm on Dishonored series, which is what Arcane Studio is known for. The story is not what you come for in those games, and they definitely don't try to make the story, interesting or not interesting. Excuse me, fresh or innovative or anything like that. I already got that in the first 20 minutes of this game. It's already super interesting. It's got me hooked. I have a feeling. I'm just guessing that I don't know, a more lucid version of yourself is sending you message or something. I don't know what's going on, but there's a lot of stuff implications in the trailers where you're doing a lot of talking to yourself. Uh-huh. So I don't know if your character's crazy or if like Memento or something like that, you're leaving messages for yourself in between, lapses of lucidity. I don't know, we'll see, but I'm really excited to see how this game unfolds, especially because I hear you don't run into a lot of human characters. You're kind of on the space station alone.
Like you're on your own at this point, which is, man, that's crazy considering what actually went down. Anyway, the whole twist. Shit, this is a mind-blowing game. So early on, too. I want to celebrate some TV news really quick. Scandal is on its last season. Very happy right now. Just wanted to share that.
I was like, why the fuck are you bringing up Scandal?
I just came across this article that said, hey, it's renewed for a final season. I'm like, it's gonna end! Yes!
Good.
Fucking can't
sorry all the soccer moms out there that watch that show. It's over,
I watched it for 3 seasons, and I'm like, this is the same shit over and over again. Why am I still watching this?
I wonder if we have a crossover audience of soccer moms who watch Scandal and listen to our podcast.
I'm not listening to that show.
Yeah, I cannot believe they made fun of my favorite show. I'm telling little Billy to stop listening to this.
Why do they talk like that at all?
Do not let little Billy listen to our podcast. We say very rude things that his ears are not allowed to hear right now.
If he likes poop jokes, I assume they watch Adam Sandler movies, so I mean...
that's true, jokes. Yeah. We're catering to the lowest common denominator here, so lowest common denominator here.
Poop jokes, poop.
Poop jokes!
This is a poop episode, so... What do you have left?
I have Marvel Heroes Omega.
That's
it's a PC game. Came to the consoles. Playing the beta right now. Don't really like betas. Got a free beta key, and I was like, jumped into it because you're gonna put all this time in it. They're just gonna wipe your character. What the fuck is the point?
Oh yeah, that's true. I hear you.
I played a few different characters. The one that stuck out to me the most was Blade, because I'm just like, we're gonna go fight this world-ending thing. Who are we calling for the Avengers to help? A day-walking vampire who shoots things and cuts things up with a sword. Okay, all right, yeah, so that's fine. Cool though. It's got a story and everything. It's free to play. You get your first character free, and then I think you have to pay for characters going forward, or just accumulate enough in-game currency so you can literally never pay for anything in this game as long as you put the time in. It's just Diablo. It's just Diablo 3. You know, like you got a cooldown bar. You walk around. You do dungeon crawls. Things drop like gear that's specifically for your character. So like Blade, trench coats were dropping, katanas were dropping, and Uzis were dropping and stuff like that. And I would equip those to have better stats and stuff like that. Just cool, man. It's a cool RPG with your favorite Marvel bros. And you're playing as actual Marvel characters, obviously. And, you can team up with people online or a couch co-op also and stuff like that. So it's cool. I'll play this game. I like free-to-play games. I play Warframe from time to time, and, that's free-to-play, and I don't put a lot of money into that game. If I enjoy this game enough, maybe I'll throw it $10 or something to get an extra character. But yeah, I'll check this out. It's a good time sink.
Is there a release date on that? Or
I think so. I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh.
Not 100%.
We'll find out. It'll come out soon. That's a beta is a good sign.
The beta ends like the 16th or something in May, and I don't believe the full game is too far behind it because it's pretty stable. I haven't had any connectivity.
Omega is literally just the console version of Marvel Heroes. Okay,
yes, Omega is specifically the version name of the console version.
Gotcha. I haven't touched the console, or excuse me, the PC one. But Omega, I mean, that sounds cool. Like, especially if it'll give us a chance to play.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Online. So yeah, fuck that. Let's play it. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I'm into it. I'm in.
I will be the shitty. What's the shittiest character available?
Oh,
I'll be Rogue. Don't touch me.
Rogue. No one touch me. Oh, but guys, she's actually the most powerful mutant. Shut up, nerd.
don't correct us. Let us live in this fantasy where it's funny.
But guys, she's actually got the strength in her hair.
Don't you understand her power and the strength of it? No, I don't.
No, don't care.
I don't care. Rogue has the power to not be touched. That's what we say.
Oh shit. So are we gonna leave on the note of
we're gonna leave on a little note of hype here, all right? Yeah. Talk about just what are you excited for, man? What's if one game right now you want to play this second that you can have that's coming out this year? What are you most excited?
Man. The obvious answer is Red Dead Redemption 2, but I'm not going to do that because there's been no news on it. I mean, there's been like a leak of a picture which didn't really show much.
The hype is just sustained on Red Dead, whereas, maybe there's something else that kind of,
But since we recorded last on games, there has been some news on this game, and I am over the fucking moon that we're going to get a full-blown another Uncharted game this year.
I know! How stupid is that?
That's so stupid. I love
Everyone's
it so much.
I don't want to pay $40 for an Uncharted. Dude, this game's 10 hours long. That's as long as like every other Uncharted game.
That's like as long as the first one.
Yeah, just play it. Like, what's wrong with you? And it's going to star two kick-ass gals, Like, you get two kick-ass gals from the original series, Really excited, man.
You got the girl from the woman from the fourth one, right? And also the one that was not in the fourth one.
Who everyone wanted to be in the fourth one.
Exactly, and they were like, "What the fuck?" Except the game was
Why did she not make it?
But the fact that the news came out that it was like pretty much a full-blown game, and that's enough for me to qualify it as like a top 10 entry. Like, for me, I know they're gonna say it's DLC. They're gonna advertise it as DLC, but that's so much more than DLC to me.
Yeah,
that's
me too.
Crazy. That's a full-blown another Uncharted game. So
and I think that's what people wanted. They're like, we should be getting this for $15. Just go fuck yourself. This is like, come on. Has Naughty Dog ever put out something and they were like, wow, I don't feel like I got my money's worth out of this, Like
even with the Last of Us DLC, did people feel ripped off with that? Or
no, but I mean, that was like $10 and it was also only like an hour or two, but like, people wanted more of that game. You don't want more Uncharted? Oh yeah, because we all of a sudden all hate Uncharted 4 all of a sudden.
Yeah, all of a sudden we forgot how amazing that was. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that in Followers of the Grind again today, and I was
Jeff
just
never forgets.
And I'm just like, you know what, guys? You're all wrong, and it's a good game. I'm sorry.
Live in your wrongness and pretend that Overwatch was the winner.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus Christ. I am very excited for that game too, but I have another game that's holding my heart. Just, oh my god, it will not let go. It's that Shadow of War, baby. that Shadow of War door. They had like a 15 or 20 minute like demo of it, and I was just like, well, this is the greatest fucking thing anyone's ever created.
It was amazing.
They're like, the Nemesis system, we took that. I don't know why I'm giving them like an English accent. We took that and we put more to it. Now the good guys have a Nemesis system. So like now like everything is attached to this Nemesis system. Even like your own troops, they're gonna like you more, and you might have like best orc buddies who like come and save you whenever you're in trouble and stuff like that. Doing huge giant city sieges. I don't know if there's no way this is canon anymore. They're just like, fuck it. This is our own, this is the Shadow of War universe, this is our own thing. We're telling our own story now. Because you're going to like Gondor and like the White City. You're going to all these places and just like taking them back from like the orcs or whatever, which I don't know if those places ever were taken. So I'm just really pumped for it, dude. And you can ride dragons or whatever they're called. I forget what they're called in that game. Wyverns or that universe. Whatever. Those big ass fucking Nazgul things. They're fucking dope, man. Like you're gonna be able to do so much stuff in this game. And again, like the Nemesis system is my favorite thing that came out of this generation. Right. And for them to like pump it up even more, it's bigger. This might be a game that like I have to get on the Scorpio or something, just because like it's going to be so beautiful and so much it's going to have to take to run it properly and everything. And so I'm excited for that game.
Yeah, I'm pumped for that one. That would have been like a third, maybe fourth runner up if. Well, except there's only two of us, so it would have been. It wouldn't have ever been mentioned. But still, I was like eyeballing the calendar for what I could be hyped for, and that one was definitely like, I stopped at that one and went, ooh, that's a good one. That's like the next game. It takes something really special for me to go into a store and pre-order it, because I tend to just get games on Steam or whatever, or Amazon or on sale. That was the next one I pre-ordered. That's so far out.
I know, it's fucking August.
Because there's no other special, like super special I have to have at games coming out for me. For me personally.
My fear is that Red Dead comes out like beginning of September, and this game comes out August 25th, and I'm gonna be like, "Go fuck yourself! You guys do this on purpose." Like Horizon and Zelda coming out 3 days in between each other, fucking Mordor and
then Nier's like Red surprise Dead. Were
shut
a
up!
Huge game.
There's just god damn it, no one respects our time, there were a lot of candidates, man. New stuff has come out for Agents of Mayhem. It looks really good. I don't want to burn off a whole bunch of games
so much fun.
that we can use in later episodes, but it's a good time to be a gamer right now, man. A lot to be excited for. This is like one of the greatest years ever, for me. So it's just this list is going to be it's going to be barbaric trying to put this in
non-stop heavy hitters.
Yeah,
much like it's becoming now for TV. For me, at least, like the top 7 shows I have are like all like ball busting, like amazing television shows.
Absolutely,
it's crazy right now. I was telling you, like TV should just fold up shop after Fargo and Leftovers.
I know, What else?
Saul and American Gods Ends, like just.
You're like, but wait, guys, Fear the Walking Dead is coming back.
Game of Thrones aside, everything else. It's like, okay, well, I'm pretty sure everybody else is done now. What else can you offer that's better than Saul? Because Saul is amazing right now, everybody.
Oh, man.
That last episode. Holy shit. I had to take a breath after that ended, man. That was great.
I was sweating during that episode. It was good.
I was sweating out every crack.
Those hot sweats.
Hot sweats, man. Is that's all we got for now?
That's it, man. Like I said, we're usually gonna do segments like that. This is went longer. I guess it's part of the course. I don't know. We had a lot to catch up on. 2 quarters worth of games to catch up. Half a year. That's crazy.
Yeah. So we're gonna be doing it more regularly for sure.
More regularly,
not as regularly as we do like the brackets, but.
Yeah.
Still more regular than like 5 months.
One a month at the least. If more happen, then so be it. So
exactly.
That's
when we'll do
I don't know, everybody.
A format where it's not just this is what we've been playing, because that's all. We've missed so much.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna have more to give.
We'll have more segments. I want to think of like fun like games to play or something like.
So pumped for Poop and Play.
Dude, Poop and Play's gonna be good. That's segment of the year. YouTube comedy podcast segment of the year.
Oh my god, I'm 5 years old. Anyway, I guess we should tell people where they should find us and all.
You can find me over at subculture.com. I'm currently not writing anything right now because I'm a slave to my job right now.
I hear that.
And I think we have an E3 live stream in the works. So at the end of every conference day, we're just gonna go, boy, how about that day at E3 today? You know,
that's awesome.
Kind of grade the day and talk about what excited us most and stuff like that. Should be fun. So look for that. We'll do that on Facebook Live. Once my internet starts getting a little better, I'll start streaming again. I get some games I want to stream.
I've been surprised we talked this much for so long without. I mean, we had like one hiccup earlier that you didn't know about because it wasn't super obvious, but it was like. I mean, I'm surprised. I'm surprised it held together this long, to be honest.
Me too.
Because I know everybody, just so everybody knows, Kyle's provider, your internet service provider, is out to get him and just make him mad all the time.
I get I'm supposed to be getting like 200 down, and I think I get about 22 on average.
God, that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, right. And my room is directly next to the router, and I'm plugged into the router also. Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, figure that math out, everybody.
Yeah, I know. It's like you can't get a good access point from anywhere, even if you're plugged in. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, right. Which, that should not make sense, but whatever. And they're like, yeah, that's just how it is when that many devices are in the house. Yeah, you're lying to me, but that's fine.
Yeah, you're full of shit. That's okay, though. That's okay. That's fine.
Yeah. But hey, where can they find you?
Me? I am at Jeff Whitty, Widdy on Twitter, and I also write for HorrorGeekLife.com. I just put up an article that most people should read, almost everybody should read, about, if you're a douche, don't read it. I don't know. I don't want to hear from you. It's about the movies coming out in May, which I may have to adjust because apparently people are not liking the movies so far. God damn it. Oh, that sucks. Like King Arthur's like at 13% on Rotten Tomatoes. God, that's such a bummer. That is such a giant bummer. At least Guardians is good, though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, and I might be covering a film festival coming up in June. Who knows? We'll find out.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah. Oak Cliff, man. Oak Cliff. Apparently they got some big titles this year, too. Like
don't get shot while you're out there.
There's a good section of Oak Cliff where the Texas Theater is. Have you not been over there?
Maybe it's been gingified since last time I've been there, but
I think so. I think that's what happened. Because last time I went to Texas Theater,
I don't even know if I said that right, but who cares? Yeah.
Gingerfied.
I always say gingerfy, like that. Everyone's like a redhead.
Nothing but redheads over there.
It's nothing but redheads.
Be very careful. They'll steal your souls. So last time I went there, Texas Theater, I saw Clockwork Orange. This was a couple of years ago, and it's hipster city. So there's like a certain side that's just hipsters.
It did get gingified. Okay.
Yeah. Gingerfied.
It got gingerfied.
It got gingerfied. Whatever. We both don't know how to say the fucking word.
Yeah, what the fuck? We're so stupid.
Everybody knows what we mean, though. Come on.
You know what we're talking about. Well, everybody, I appreciate you sticking around this long because, wow. Yeah, everybody, but we'll be back with more things and stuff to talk about. And
we're doing TV best sitcom, single camera TV sitcoms next.
Ooh, it's gonna be so good.
Yeah,
you guys, so many TV shows with single camera sitcoms. So many.
That started like a whole new renaissance for sitcoms that we're still in. So
yeah. So live it, breathe it. Sorry, How I Met Your Mother, you won't be there.
You will be for maybe another topic. Who knows?
Yeah, you might be. You should be. Maybe we'll do a whole How I Met Your Mother thing since we all three of us love that show so much.
Oh my God, I'm still watching it going, I love this show so much.
I do too. I love it more every time I revisit it too.
Oh, dude, you know what's funny? And I hate to go on like a random tangent because we're running long, but this, I just said in the last episode how the fourth season was my favorite. And then I got to the episode where Barney fakes his family for his mom. And that's such a great epised.
Yeah, right.
His son being a terrible actor.
Really bad actor. I never thought I'd live this life. Tyler no likey.
You're not getting a catchphrase. Check this out, Tyler, Grant. Yeah? See? He's a shitty actor. It's so good.
Even the seasons that kind of stumble are still great. You know?
Yeah, there's still some gems in there. So that one made my list of like best episodes, I think. Anyway, that should be a topic for another time, maybe. Hopefully.
Yeah, totally.
Sometime. It'll take some work. We'll get there. That's it, right?
Thanks everybody. Let's go ahead and sign her off there, Jeff, and we'll see everybody next time for a good a game and poop. Whatever.
Poop bang.
Poop bang. Yeah.
That could be something else entirely. I'm gonna go poop and play and then talk about it later. Talk about the next episode.
The good old poop bang.
All right, for real. And high pitch ending.
There it is.